Right, hello, hello. We're live and back at it again with the Dewpider hunt. Not much else to say. We're here and we're ready. Game sounds maybe a little bit loud today. I'm just going to have to check my streams. See if that is in fact the case. Oh goodness, I opened them all at once. Yeah, it's a tiny bit loud. We'll turn it down. There we go. Now, that should be good. Let me know if anything is too loud. And so we're off. Shiny hunting, back at it again. Just looking for Dewpider. Ah, Rufflet. So, it was Hisuian. It was a raid day in Pokemon Go today. Hisuian Braviary was meant to have a really high chance of being shiny. I think I caught like 13 or 14 in the raids, which, you know, a lot of effort to be catching things in raids. And yeah, no dice. We had a no dice day of just catching non-stop, non-shiny. I had to turn a fan off. Non-stop, non-shiny Hisuian Bravery. So, I don't know. I don't know, man. Oh, that's what's wrong. I've just recently got a new setup for my desk, so I now have my monitors up on monitor stands, but my cable management has gone from bad to even worse. So, going to have a look into that. My biggest concern at the moment is that my microphone is on a relatively short cable, and I'm planning on moving my desktop to underneath the desk, off the desk, and I don't know if it's going to be able to reach when I make that change. We'll have to see, but I am concerned. Oh. You know what This is the other problem with where I'm actually planning on putting my desktop now that I think about it. It's going to be like properly underneath the desk, which means the button won't be near me. That could be an issue. That I'm just not able to turn on the PC anymore. Is there a reason one of my streams doesn't have the correct stream title for some reason? Sorry, I'm just updating titles. Update titles. There we go. Should have zero effect on which title and should hopefully update our YouTube title. Yeah, we're still going. Still praying that we can just get this shiny Dewpider and be happy and move on. What I need to do is, I need to move on to shiny, oh, Chloe. I need to move on to shiny hunting a Hisuian Bravery, because I encountered so many today for the Pokemon Go day, and caught none. So I really would like to be able to... I would like to be able to actually get a shiny Bravery sooner rather than later, because Pokemon Go let me down so badly. But I digress. Oh goodness, get my mic. The warm... So we just got a warm old weekend, even though it was wet and raining. Just a nice, humid, I say nice, a humid, warm weekend is what we were dealing with today. But yeah, I really do want to move over to shiny hunting in Legends Arceus, particularly for the Rufflet, although, you know, you kind of have to take what you can get a bit. You can't do quite as targeted shiny hunting in Legends Arceus. Well, when you're using the best methods, you can't do it as targeted. And, you know, I prefer to just use the best method. I'm not worried about getting full-on shinies of any description. I just want the shinies. I just want to fill out the Pokedex. I think I looked in Pokemon Home and it said I had like 200 and something shinies, which feels like a good number, and then you remember that's out of like 903 now or something. So when you're trying to build a shiny living dex, yeah, 200's just I mean, it's over 20%. It's about less than 230 or something. Yeah, it's about a quarter of the way there, which is good. But there's probably going to be 100 new Pokemon added in the new game, and probably a bunch new... I don't even know the name of the region, but a bunch of forms, you know, regional variants. And then potentially new forms, I think I saw. I think I saw was like the mechanic, but I'm not sure. Oh. We'll skip the middleman and encounter this guy. Nope, not a shiny. I don't really know if I want to consider this as one of our one encounter for the button or not. Maybe we should. We won't, but we possibly should or could. None. There's one. But yeah, it was a sad day of Pokemon Go that I had. Went into town. And I live in the capital of Ireland, Dublin. Went into town. Basically, I was able to join about 3 ongoing raids, so as in raids that I got to join and didn't have to do the full 2-minute counter for. And then other than that, I was the one who was starting every single raid, which meant I had to wait 2 minutes. And I would get at max 3 people joining me, which is just, it's sad to see. The game is like almost dead in Ireland, it feels. Which is sad, because I'd really like to play it. Now, I mean, I feel like they could also do stuff to revitalize that. Like, Ireland has no bonuses. Like on community days, they do like, oh, you know, these are you get bonuses if you play in this area, or they even have real world meetups in some cities in the world. We don't even get the digital meetup spots in Ireland, which is just like, I don't understand why. Now, there is an Irish Pokemon office Open or Opening, which is unrelated to Niantic, but there's a chance maybe Niantic could coordinate for community days with them to have something go on. But it just doesn't make sense that there's like literally nothing in the capital city. Like the game, I mean, maybe the reason there's nothing is they know the game is dead. But they could give us the digital one. That might encourage some people to start playing again. But I don't know. I don't know what the strategy is, because it's sad that in the capital city on a raid day that like there's no one else playing. Because also as well, when I had people joining me, it was predominantly just people joining from remote raids, which I don't know why people were wasting remote raid passes on Hisui and Bravery. But it was mostly just remote raids. I think I only saw someone actually playing once during the day. Like, I actually saw the person who was playing. Only saw them once. Whereas, yeah, which means as well, a lot of the times I possibly wasn't even... I had remote raiders who weren't using remote passes, let's put it that way. Potentially. Which again is just a mess. Because also, if you're gonna spoof anywhere, why would you spoof Ireland? No one else plays here, so there's no point in spoofing to here. Hello, Reggie is the man. Oh, thank you for following. I'm just talking about my day of Pokemon Go where there was no one to play with. And it was... yeah, it just doesn't really work in Ireland anymore. But once I finish this shiny hunt, I know my next shiny hunting target, it's going to be Hisui and Bravery. Because that was what was the event for today. And I got none of them. Even though I tried 13 or 14, it was meant to be a 1 in 10 drop rate. So I'm just going to have to go hunting after those next. If we ever get this shiny Dewpider. Yeah. I mean, I'm only 436 in, and I'm complaining a lot, but like, you know, this is approximately how long it took me to get my first shiny Dewpider. How far into the Ralts hunt are you? I had a very bad time when I was shiny hunting a Mimikyu. That was my worst. That was my worst one that I've done so far. Oh, hello, Emmett. I see you in the other chat. 3 boxes and... I mean, 3 boxes and 10 eggs so far isn't that deep yet. That's only 100, which I think even at your full, like, even if you were to hit the drop rate, if you have your best odds, you need like it's 1 in 512 or something. Yeah, I think that's going, assuming you're doing the Masuda method, that's going well over the drop rate. I definitely had that or something similar, like a very large hunt of like I had over 1,000 Mimikyu eggs, I would say. And then after the long Mimikyu hunt, which is why I said, oh, I'll stream just to see if anyone, like, you know, comes into chat. I'll do a stream. And then within like 50-60 eggs, I ended up getting it. my Riolu hunt was a lot easier. I just, you know, hatched a 10-kilometer egg on a 10-kilometer egg on Pokemon Go and got really lucky and got one. Still haven't gotten the second one, but I probably end up getting one in Pokemon Arceus. Shiny hunting in Arceus is just the funnest way of doing a shiny hunt, in my opinion. Just because it's, well, I say funnest. It's definitely the easiest. Definitely the easiest. I'm clicking between multiple windows. Oh, ran into a Baltoy. Well, one of the easiest. Probably, it's questionable if it's the easiest, but definitely one of the quickest is also true. The Max Raids, or the Dynamax Adventures. Sorry, not just Max Raids. The Dynamax Adventures, where like every Pokemon has a 1 in 100 chance of being a shiny. I've gotten a lot of legendaries through that method. I've gotten, yeah, like I've gotten Landorus, Necrozma, Pheromosa, Guzzlord, Zygarde, like just because it's so quick. It's just like you can pick exactly which one you're going for. Makes it super easy. Oh no, I was hoping. This is the problem with this. The brilliant Pokemon, the glowing Pokemon, they have the highest catch rate or the highest chance of being a shiny, but the Dwebble and the Dewpider look the exact same. Oh, I shouldn't have incremented my counter there either. Yeah, they have the best catch rate, the best chance of being a shiny, but they look the same. So I run into them all the time, being like, ah, yes, another really high chance of being a shiny, and then no dice. Never ends up being a shiny. Running out of moves, we're gonna have to go back to the Pokemon Center soon. We continue. Oh, there's one. Yeah, definitely Hisuian Bravery is up next. Make up for the sadness from today. I was thinking I was going to do Dynamax Adventures, but I did a bit of messing around in Legends Arceus yesterday, and it's just definitely it's still fun. I still enjoyed running around in it, flying around in it and stuff. The world graphics are just so low quality in Pokemon Legends Arceus. But the Pokemon graphics, or the Pokemon models, are decent. They're like as good / I don't know, for some reason I thought maybe there was like there was like a little bit of a stylistic filter on it or something. But they look good in Arceus. Forgot to increment the counter. Very bad at increment. Very sad watching. I'm trying to keep up. Since the tournament, the final tournament, the top 8 tournament in the Pokemon anime started, I've been trying to stay on top of the anime. And this week's episode was just a recap episode. No new content at all. It was a recap episode of Chloe and her Eevee. And then next week's episode is going to be a new episode, but it's still going to be about Chloe and Eevee. So they're still taking a break from the actual content, which is the tournament, just to do Chloe and Eevee content, which is like just a little bit. I wish it was just I wish it was just the Chloe and Eevee. Oh, yeah, I watched them totally legally. Can't say where, but totally legally. Don't feel comfortable saying it over this because it's so legal. So yeah, but they're still in Japanese at the moment, which I would have liked to wait for them to come out with the English dub, but they're subbed at the moment. But like the dub is like literally 3 or 4 months behind, I think. So, and I just kept seeing on Twitter spoilers for all the for the battles. So, you know, I just had to start watching it. I didn't want to I didn't want to run like I didn't want to just be constantly running into spoilers and just seeing like, oh yeah, Ash won all his fights. I'd rather see them. I'd rather watch it myself, even though I have my theory on how it's going to go is Ash is going to win all his fights, um, and that this is going to be Ash's last season. And if it's not going to be Ash's last season, then he isn't going to win all his fights. He's actually going to lose the next fight that he has. That's a couple of weeks away. But yeah, because I think he'll either win everything or he loses in the next fight that he has. But that's fully dependent on if the show is about to become, the Pokemon Go show, or if it's going to stay Pokemon with Ash as the main character. Which would be wild if Ash wasn't the main character anymore, but you could see them doing it. He finally became the Alolan champion, so if he just becomes the world champion, it's fair enough to say that he's possibly a Pokemon master at that point. It's been good. The Pokemon Journeys has been good. It's been nice not just having a series fully focused on the gym challenge. Now again, if it becomes with Go, if Go is to be a new main character and wasn't just like the sidekick for this series, it seems extremely unlikely that the next season with the newest region, that's going to be about the gym challenge, because that's not Go's like intention at all. Like, he has no interest in the gym challenge. He just wants to catch everything, and he's caught tons so far. But yeah, it would make no sense for them to go gym challenge, which is why. That's probably an argument for Ash not going, because they need someone who's battle focused in the team. Like, because if it stays on the tree, if it stays on Ash, Go, and Chloe, Go is on collection, Ash is on battles, and Chloe is the coordinator now for the contests. So it'll be interesting to see what way they decide to go with the newest series. Just so warm. And just... I hate the heat. Ooh, 2 in a row. So my new desk setup is nearing completion. Got I'm getting a new monitor, I think, next week, which will be a nice big monitor. I'm getting a stand so that I can put my desktop underneath the desk, but have it not be sitting on the dusty floor. That's gonna be great. Then I'm getting a... What am I doing? Now, the only problem I'm having at the moment is cable management. Cable management is an absolute disaster. So I don't know what I'm going to do about that. I have zip ties and stuff, so it is a case of really I just need to sit down and do it. But I don't want to do it until I have my monitor under the desk and the new monitor or no, my monitor under the desk, my desktop under the desk, and my new monitor. Because once I have those things, then I'll actually know where all the cables need to go. I'd be tempted to drill a hole, or like, you know, one of those big wide gauge holes into the desk, if I thought that would help, which probably would a lot. But then I would need to borrow a drill with that drill bit on it from someone. But I don't know, I might have to look into that. But it would solve a lot of problems for me. But it might impact the life of the desk, because it's only a little IKEA desk, so it's filled with that kind of like reconstituted, you know, wood innards, which means if you drill it, I don't really know what happens. I think if you drill it and like leave it open to the air, pretty sure that it just absorbs a load of water and like dies very quickly, which I don't want to do. But definitely the ergonomics of having the monitor at eye level when I'm sitting. Okay, I was kind of leaning back there. They're not at eye level when I'm sitting fully straight, but they're also not like at I need to look down level, which they definitely were before. But anyway, that's enough about desk ergonomics. Obviously, everyone was super interested in desk ergonomics. So yeah, I definitely want to do the Hisuian Bravery next. Then one that I had started but got bored of and also didn't have a counter at the time when I was doing it originally was an Ice Cube hunt. So obviously doing that through eggs is pretty much like would be the quickest way to do it. I mean, changing this Dewpider hunt into eggs would be a heck of a lot quicker, but I've already defeated over 500. So like my max shiny, or like I've got good shiny odds just from encountering them. But yeah, changing it to eggs with the Masuda method would be quicker overall. Oh, that's an encounter. Sorry, I'm getting distracted to run. Can't hit him with electric because he's water ground. And yeah, Ice Cube. The Ice Cube. It kind of depends on how quick the Pokemon Legends hunt would be. But I might do Ice Cube depending on how quick that is. Or if it's really quick. No, if it's really quick, I'll do the Ice Cube. If it's really long. Oh, Dwebble again. If it's really long and I need a bit of a break from the. Like from long, tough hunts, then what I would probably do is I would do some Dynamax Adventures and maybe pick a legendary to get. Maybe just say when I get any shiny that it counts. I'll need to decide. It depends how long the Legends Arceus hunt takes. I think would be my main deciding point. But because I've got a couple, I kind of want to get all the next things I want to get from the Dynamax Adventures. I kind of want to get all the Tapus. So I've got Tapu Koko, but I still need to get Lele, Bulu, and Feeny. And I've got 2 of them kind of in my list of ones that I can encounter over and over again. So I'd be tempted to go for those as the next shiny hunt. Once I have or haven't gotten my Ice Cube. Oh, God, just sitting here in the heat, I'm sweating. been doing this hunt so gradually over like over a few streams. Like I can't even. I guess I've probably done about 80 a stream, 80 Pokemon, 80 encounters a stream. So like I've done it over. I guess it's been about 5. This is probably the 5th stream, or maybe this is the 6th stream. Been doing it so gradually that it's like it really hasn't felt as bad as it could have. Like I haven't been doing 6-hour, 12-hour streams that, you know, some of the more dedicated or pro streamers are able to dedicate. Haven't been doing that, but have still been just chilling off. And even though even though my titles have been getting progressively more depressed, I've not been actually feeling that. Oh. And now for the spiel. Ninjask, even though incredibly common during this weather condition, incredibly common in this area, and I see more glowing Ninjasks than anything else, I do not want the shiny of Ninjask. And the reason for that is because to get shiny Shed Ninja, you need to evolve a shiny Nincada, which means you get a shiny Ninjask by default. So catching a shiny Ninjask by itself is pointless, because to get the shiny Shedinja, you're gonna have to evolve a Nincada anyway. So I'll always encounter them. I always make sure I encounter every brilliant Pokemon that I come across. But if I ever get the shiny Ninjask from that encounter, I'll be happy to get a shiny, but it'll also be a little bit of a gut punch because I'm gonna have to get a second one at some point anyway from the Nincada evolution. And I don't think there's too many other Pokemon. I say I don't think there's too many. I don't think there's any other Pokemon that has that specific kind of conditional attached to it with getting the shiny. Like, there's no... In general, you can always be happy to get a shiny, because, you know, if you get a shiny 7-second evolution of something, that means you only have to get one of the pre-evolution from eggs or something. Whereas, and if you get like multiple of pre-evolution, then you can evolve them. The only other one, which is relatively common, although we haven't seen too many of it so far, is the Galarian Zigzagoon is also in the grass here. And Galarian Zigzagoon Day, where you're like pretty much guaranteed to catch 3 shinies if you just go out for a walk for an hour, is on not next weekend, but the weekend after that, the like 17th or something, 16th and 17th. I think it's the 16th is the day. But yeah, on the 16th, which means if you were to catch one now, when it was difficult to get one, you know, it's immediately going to be undercut by the fact that you can just get 3 of them, or 6 of them, or 12 of them, or however many of them, depending on how long you play on the day. So that would also be a tough pill to swallow. But I do like Pokemon Go for that reason. Because, you know, I have about 200 and... I think it was 230 when I checked shiny Pokemon registered in Pokemon Home. Which means I'm approximately / less than a quarter of the way there. So, you know, Pokemon Go giving you a boost to your shiny count every community day. Quite nice. I wasn't... I noticed that was a... that was a different Pokemon and just got distracted. Someone just linked their YouTube page showing my stream on their feed So the system works, I guess. Oh. Trying to think of other topics of conversation that aren't politics, because I do not want to talk about politics on stream. Who am I? Hassan? What was it I was watching? This is just me being like, oh yeah, so I watched a Did You Know Gaming earlier, and then just fully describe, you know, the video of Did You Know Gaming. But the one that I had not didn't know before, but does explain why, is Gen 3 was meant to be a full reboot without the Gen 1 and 2 Pokemon added to it, which is like kind of wild. But as a result of that, since they had the new hardware and they were viewing it as a full reboot, that's apparently why the Pokemon designs are so much more complex from Gen 3 onwards. Well, for two reasons. One, because Gen 1 and 2 were made with the anime and merch in mind, supposedly, so all the Pokemon designs are relatively simple, because simple Pokemon designs translate easier to, you know, animate hand-drawn animation, and I was I was going to say hand-stitched Pokemon merch. I mean, maybe it was back when Gen 1 and 2 came out. I feel like the hand-stitched you know, sweatshops were probably a lot more popular, but I said I wasn't going to get political, so stop. But so they were made a lot more simple, and then whereas in Gen 3 they became more complex, and also in Gen 3, and you know, when you hear it, you realize we could have stopped it back then, but like in Gen 3, that's when they started kind of pushing the board on like what a Pokemon could look like, and in particular the main designer is like his test case, his Pokemon that he used as a test case was Blaziken. So the fact that you went from like, you know, small chicken into Blaziken, which is like this super humanoid kind of, even though Mr. Mime and Jinx existed previously, I guess it's starting as a like a primal little, you know, feral little chicken, and then turning into Combusken and then into Blaziken. That was like them pushing the boundaries of what they could do. And then, of course, the bipedal starter has since become just an absolute staple of every Pokemon game. Like, nearly every starter turns bipedal at this point. Usually one per gen. Don't go from, like, if they shouldn't have been bipedal, stay non-bipedal. But yeah, it was an interesting video. That video also talked a lot about Coliseum and how it's based on Nevada and stuff, which is stuff that I, just as a kid who was playing the game, never knew that Kanto was based on the Kanto region and Johto was based on the Johto region. So, you know, that was not something that as a kid made any difference to me, whether it was based on Arizona or based on a Japanese prefecture. Nevada. What did I say? Arizona. Arizona is what it was based on. Sorry, Phoenix. Yeah, Nevada's different state, but the desert in Pokemon Coliseum, the since it's a desert, it was based on Arizona because that's where Phoenix is. Apparently, the main town is basically named Phoenix, and there's like landmarks and stuff that you can see in the background when you're riding the bike between cutscenes. that show that it's in Arizona. But again, not something that I ever had ever stuck out to me as a kid. But yeah, no, it's an interesting video. It's, you know, there's stuff that you like really don't. It really does come down to, like, as a kid, there is just stuff that you don't realize. And like playing Pokemon Coliseum, it was just like, oh yeah, basically you're just saving, you know, you're saving Pokemon from Team Rocket. The whole like abuse element that turned them into shadow Pokemon, that never really translated to my kid brain. And like purifying them was, you know, just being nice to them. But that was like the gritty element that was introduced at that point. Which then also, you know, kind of translates to the Gen 3 and Plus, where it's like Gen 1 and 2, the main villains were just Team Rocket doing Team Rocket stuff. Like, they were just like gangsters, they were just mobsters, just like using Pokemon to do mobster stuff, be that selling Pokemon, or, you know, you probably using them to like rob banks and stuff. Oh, fighting a Dwebble. not a But, you know, using them to like steal banks and stuff, probably. And in the anime it's different again, it's all about just catching Pokemon to sell them. And that's Gen 1 and 2, because Team Rocket are the main baddies. And then it's just like quite a leap from like, hey, let's steal Pokemon, to hey, let's cover the world in water, or hey, let's cause a climate disaster, you know, that makes it sunny all the time and, you know, all the water will evaporate, was basically Team Magma's plan when they're the baddies. So, you know, it's kind of like the scale is thrown out of whack after Gen after Gen 2, because Gen 4 is like, oh yeah, I'm going to destroy the world and rebuild it in, you know, the image that I have for the world. That again, quite a leap from, you know, stealing Pokemon in Gen 1 and 2. It's kind of on par with what happens in Gen 3, because, you know, Gen 3 is they're like, I want to make the world better with this extreme action, whereas, you know, the other one's just like, I'm just going to destroy the world and make it better in the way that I want it to be. Then Gen 5 goes quite local then, although I always thought Gen 5 was a much more like local story to the Unova region. Yeah, Gen 5 is Unova. It's such a local story compared to the like compared to Gen 3 and Gen 4, because it's all just about, like, you know, the dragon, like a strong dragon but not that bad, and like people who are like want to stop the use of Pokemon but in that region. And then where are they again? The genies, Thundurus, Landorus, and Tornadus. Like they're like local kind of deity Pokemon, but they you know, don't do anything really outside of Unova. Whereas prior, it feels like everything was like, hey, we're on to, oh no, we're not on to 469. I bumped into a Zigzag dead. Hello. Yes, we're approaching 500 now. Again, I think Pokemon number 500 is still only like halfway to the full odds of the hunt, but you know, we're progressing along nicely. Ah, that's no problem. Sometimes I wonder if I'm even good at English, even though it's my primary language. Even though, you know, as an Irish person, I have to pretend I can speak Irish. I really can't. Don't tell the others. Just gotta make... I just... My main thing is I just need to make sure that I actually press the button to increment it each time. But I've definitely not been doing it non-stop. Oh, hello! Hello, Zorark, or a lazy Zorark to be specific. How are you? None here. Good, good. I'm also doing good, except for the fact that it's way too warm at the moment. Especially for the time of night. It's definitely way too warm. Oh yeah, I ended my previous stream at 420 encounters and then did one more just to, you know, as a last bit of luck. It wasn't lucky, unfortunately. Next milestone is 500, I guess, and then really, I feel like there aren't many big milestones after 500, except every 69 Pokemon after 500, obviously. Those are all very important. But, yeah, 500, then, like, 1,000 is the next one, and then when I hit 1,000, I'll be, like, starting to approach drop rate and losing hope a lot. So many Ninjasks. Very few... can't talk. Very few glowing Pokemon growing up. Very, very annoying. Because they're the ones that have the best chance. I don't know how many times I need to tell the game this. Give me more glowing Pokemon. They have the best chance of being shiny. Oh boy. Actually, Anna, when I was playing Pokemon Arceus, Legends Arceus last night. I wasn't streaming because I was just like, I didn't want to break up, you know, the series of of non-stop Dewpider encounters until we get a shiny. But I was just doing some casual, like, messing around just to remind myself how shiny hunting in that works, because I probably will do shiny hunt in that game next after this, just because it's such a relatively easy shiny hunt. Now, it's less easy when you're going for a specific Pokemon, which I'm probably going to go for Rufflet, since it was a day for catching shiny Hisuian Bravery in Pokemon Go today, and I didn't catch any. Very sad about that. But the plan is to now, the next one, if I ever get, because you never know, with random odds, you're never guaranteed to catch anything, even if you get the hit the drop rate. I'm planning to do the Rufflet. And I need 2 Rufflets, but I'm going to catch Rufflets until I get a shiny Rufflet and a shiny Hisuian Bravery. Now, the one thing that I'm not sure of is if I catch See, if I... No, this should be possible. If I get a shiny Rufflet in Hisui in Pokemon Legends Arceus, and I transfer it to Pokemon Sword and Shield, since Hisuian Bravery is encoded into Sword and Shield, that should evolve into a regular Braviary, I think. Which that might be a reason then to keep farming, to keep trying to encounter the shiny Rufflet. I'll probably have to look it up, but I'm pretty sure that should be true. Oh. Streaming on a Sunday. Not many people in Korea hunt wild shiny Pokemon. The language barrier. Just to have someone hunting shinies. Yeah, I mean, it's a long process, so like I wouldn't be mad at anyone who didn't want to do wild shiny hunting. Wild shiny hunting is definitely the longest and most tedious. And particularly like full odds shiny hunting. I would never do full odds shiny hunting like the 1 in 4096. I would never do that. I really wouldn't be bothered. Just because a shiny is a shiny, whether it's a full odds or not, whether you caught it in Pokemon Go or not, it's still a shiny. So I'm happy to stick with with the best odds. And like I do have the best odds for wild shinies, but they're still so low. I think it's like 1 in 1200 because I have the shiny charm. And then every what am I saying? Every glowing Pokemon is like a 1 in 400 chance. Chilling playing the only MOBA you'll ever play, Pokemon Unite. I wish I could play Pokemon Unite, but my Switch... I don't know why, because my Switch runs... I feel like my Switch runs every game perfectly fine, except for Pokemon Unite, which my loading times are like 3 or 4 times longer than anyone else's loading times, and the game just doesn't run. It runs with like a second of lag, which is a big deal in a MOBA, particularly when you've got, Pokemon that can just knock. Pokemon Go doesn't have a mark. As in, like, Pokemon Go, Pokemon are marked that they came from Pokemon Go. Which they are in Pokemon Home. They all say that they came from Pokemon Go. But, like, I don't care because it's still a shiny Pokemon. I know some people would care about having, like, a mix match in their Pokemon, like, Home of, like, non-marked and marked, but I don't really care. I'm happy to have just as long as it's a shiny Pokemon. I don't mind. It's just it'll take me at this point as well because like I took a break from Pokemon. Basically, I didn't play Pokemon from Pokemon Black and White. So the last Pokemon game I had played before Sword and Shield and Pokemon Go was Pokemon Black and White. Oh my goodness, 2010. And then when did Pokemon Go then came out in 2016? So I played Pokemon Go. And then... Yes. Yeah, so marks are fancy titles. Like you can catch... When you catch Pokemon randomly in Sword and Shield, they can have like a mark. But then when you transfer Pokemon to Pokemon Home, which is where, you know, you want to kind of make your shiny living decks, the Pokemon in from the main series games, they do have a mark, as in it says what game a Pokemon originated from, but it generally doesn't matter. Whereas the Pokemon from Pokemon Go, yes, when you're looking at them in your kind of like boxes, in the boxes that you have in Pokemon Home, they have like a big, it is like a big, quite ugly G, but for me, I don't mind because there's too many Pokemon, and as I was saying, oh, it's not a war. I'm just gonna run from this. I don't need to. I don't need to fight this. But what I was saying was, see, I was meant to run into this one. I didn't play since Black and White, so 2010 until probably we'll say 2011. I stopped playing Black and White. Oh, okay, that is the mark. You are talking about the mark from the wild Pokemon. Yeah, well, I mean that also doesn't matter to me. Like I'm not a I'm not a mark hunter. I don't mind getting marks. I don't need my Pokemon to have the ribbons, because like I think if you care, I can understand maybe having one Pokemon that you pick and you say, I want this Pokemon to get all the marks. So then you have like, you know, your Pokemon, yeah, that gets its random ribbons from being caught in like Pokemon Sword and Shield, and then you also have like and then you transfer that Pokemon to like Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl and you do all the contests with them. I'm sure there is a Pokemon that you can be like, this Pokemon got the max of everything. But you know, that's separate to shiny hunting. that's you want both the wild mark and the shiny Pokemon. I mean, you do you in that situation. Do what makes you happy. Because that's not my I just want my main goal is to blow up and act like I don't know nobody, but also my main goal is to just get the shiny living Pokedex, so just to have one of every shiny in Pokemon Home. And I'm only at like 250 or 230 I think at the moment. Now I do probably have a few Pokemon that I have yet to transfer, so I probably have about 240 Pokemon like total. But when you're talking about 903 Pokemon, not including regional variants, I really can't be too picky about whether or not my shiny Pokemon have marks or not. I still have like 800 Pokemon that I need to collect. Because I would also like, I don't expect this to happen and it's very low priority for me, I would like to have a shiny, so I would like to have shiny of every Pokemon, a shiny of every like 1 to 903, a shiny of every regional variant, so Alola, Hisui, and Galar. I would like a shiny of each of those variants. And then also, this is the lowest priority one though, I would like to have a shiny Gigantamax of every Pokemon. So Pokemon that can Gigantamax have the shiny variant of them. And finally, very finally, I would like to have the shiny Unknown Dex as well. Now, that's a lot of goals, and I'm really hoping that they add easy ways of getting, you know, all of those types of Pokemon in the future. Like Pokemon Legends Arceus is like a really quick way of getting a lot of Pokemon, But there's only 200 Pokemon in Legends Arceus, and only 180 of those you can shiny hunt, I think. So, it's tough. Yeah, I don't even know what the odds are for that, like, shiny mark Pokemon in this game. Because I've never looked into how difficult it is to get the mark. I guess I can just Google it. Shiny mark Pokemon. With the shiny charm, 1 in 27,300. Okay, well, look. As I said. Oh my goodness, yeah. As I said, good luck. That's all I can say to that, is good luck. You know, if getting a shiny mark Pokemon is what you need to do to be happy, you do you. But for me, yeah, definitely no interest in trying to get my 1 in however many thousand I just said there. 1 in 27,000. Now you just need to get a shiny, what is it? Poltegeist. A shiny, authentic Poltegeist with a mark. I think that's... I think that is that's just the like ridiculous level to be like, oh yes, I'm gonna get Poltegeist with the authentic mark, which is like a 1 in 10. Oh, out of moves. Like a 1 in 10 that you get an authentic mark. The authentic Poltegeist, or Poltegeist is the evolution. What's the prevolution? Sinistea. Authentic Sinistea with the mark. That's the real shiny hunt. Full odds. Yeah, no, I think that's what I'm that's what I'm gathering, all right, because it seems to be like, what I'm guessing is then it's a 1 in, I think it's a 1, from what I can see here, is with no shiny charm to get a shiny Pokemon with the mark, it's 1 in 81,920. So that would suggest that it's a 1 in 20 chance that they have a mark. That they have the mark, and then it's a... Yeah, on top of the shiny, which is 1 in 4,096. So yeah, that would be right. Yeah, it's a 1 in 20 chance, which is... But to get them to land together is, yeah, very, very rare. But that's what I'm saying, is then you got to do the Sinistea. Because I feel like the Sinistea, for it to be an authentic Sinistea, it's also, relatively speaking, to Sinistea chances, it's like a 1 in 10 chance that you get an authentic Sinistea, or an antique, or whatever people call it, but the one that has the stamp in like the under part of its cup. Oh, it's a glowing one. Ah, no dice. So then you're adding another 10. So that should technically be like a 1 in 800,000 or something chance. But that would be if you were doing it full odds, because I think there's ways you can manipulate the RNG a bit to make sure that you only get authentic Sinestees. So wait, you were sad because you caught a shiny Dewpider with a mark when you were trying to... Oh, sorry. Because you were trying to do Yamper. But it was a... but you got Dewpider instead. I understand now. That's just hitting the luck in another way. I mean, I keep saying that there are Pokemon that I do not want to catch a shiny, who are really common on this current shiny hunt, which is Ninjask and Zigzagoon. I don't want either of them as shiny while I'm doing this. Oh. No, I don't add up for Dwebble. We'll just run. So 7 away. Lucky number 7. Cramorant would be a shiny that I wouldn't mind getting. Yeah, I like my favorite shinies to like catch and hunt in general, which is why like my previous shiny hunt was for a Mimikyu, and I want to do an Ice-Q shiny in the future. Is ones that you only have to get one of. I really like the idea of a shiny that you only need one of, because it really helps cut down on the hunt time. Like I have caught a shiny Dewpider in the past, but now I need a second one because I need a shiny Araquanid. So it's just like doing a hunt that I've already done again. I was definitely luckier last time though, because I got the shiny Dewpider in like 380 last time. And I would say I probably did about 200, give or take, before I started counting for this shiny hunt. But even just taking into account the ones that I've actually counted were way above what I was at before. As much as I would like to end my misery and just take a shiny Dewpider, no, you may as well hang on to him. I need to get my own shiny Dewpider. I need it to be mine. That's because that's my main thing. If I was like with the shiny hunts, I usually at the end of every stream I'll do a surprise trade, and I would say probably we're at like a 40% hit rate on getting hacked shinies from those websites that like hack shinies, you know, to try and sell. And for me, those are like, what's the point? Why would you ever just take a free shiny? Because the point of the shiny hunting is that you caught the shiny yourself. So even in Pokemon Go where it's easy, I can still say though, I put in the effort, and you know, even though it was much less than in like the main series games, I put in the effort and caught that shiny myself. You know, I didn't just get it for free. I didn't, you know, spawn it in using cheats or anything, because there's no point in doing that. Even though it's tempting sometimes, because I think one of the days when I got that random shiny from one of those websites, I got a... What did I get? I got a Poipo, which is obviously a Pokemon that's very difficult to get shiny. I'm pretty sure I can't get a shiny Poipo in Sword and Shield. It's not possible. I don't even know if you can get one in Sun and Moon. But yeah, so that's a shiny Pokemon that I would really... number 500 wasn't a shiny. That's a Pokemon that I really would like to have kept, but didn't, because it's just not a real shiny. What's the point? Like, you know, I didn't earn that shiny, so... Even though it's gonna take forever. Like, it's gonna take longer than than I would like it to overall. But it's just a goal. It's just something to keep tapping away at. As long as they don't get rid of Pokemon Home, I can always keep just tapping away at getting the shinies. You know, it forever, for time immemorial. So that's nice to be able to do that. Oh, glowing, come on. No. The heart always just pauses, skips a beat for a second while we're about to run into a glowing. Yeah, I was the same. I also didn't do the 3DS. I was actually, technically, I was a little bit on a Nintendo boycott at that point. I was really unhappy when, so like I didn't get a 3DS when it came out. And then when they announced the Wii U, I was really unhappy about the Wii U because it was just such a weak machine for seemingly no reason. When, you know, the PS3, like, because it was weaker than the PS3, which had been out for years before the Wii U came out. It was weaker than the Xbox as well, I think. So I was just, oh, hi, welcome back, Reggie. But I was just really unhappy when the Wii U was like announced, and it was just like not good enough, you know, for like the stuff that was already out. So I kind of like was like, well, Nintendo obviously doesn't care. So I kind of boycotted them for a while. Then when they announced the Switch, and it was like, okay, the Switch is weaker than like the PS4, obviously, but also it's a handheld, so it makes sense that it would be weaker than the PS4. So I was like, and so I was excited about the Switch, and then I saw a review for Mario Odyssey that was like, it's a really good game, and I was like, okay, I can get the Switch. I can get down with the Switch. Yeah, I'm like about 40% of the way to the drop rate now at number 500. 40% of the way to the drop rate. That's it's just so low. We could get crazy lucky. I'd love to get it. I'd like to get it if I could get it before 1,000. I'd be very happy. I still feel like I should be coming across a lot more of those glowing Pokemon. But I'm just not. I probably should have like a separate counter for the glowing Pokemon just to see if that means anything. That's one there. Looked like a Dwebble for a second. But yeah, I really want to see, and we of course won't know until the game is out, what shiny hunting looks like in the new games in Scarlet and Violet. I'm probably going to get Scarlet, which I think is meant to be like the past, you know, the historic version, versus Violet, which is the futuristic version. But I'm probably going to get Scarlet, but I'm wondering now, will it be more like this? The kind of standard, traditional, you know, shiny hunting, slowly encounter Pokemon over and over again? Or is it going to be more like the... Or is it going to be like Legends Arceus, where there's outbreaks and stuff? And then also, how is multiplayer going to work with shiny hunting? Barboach. I do need a shiny Barboach, because I have a shiny Wishcash. So I do just need the Barboach at some point. But will they go for this kind of traditional shiny hunting? There'll definitely be eggs as well. Or will they go for Legends Arceus, where there's the outbreaks, and, you know, because from what we've seen, Pokemon will be spawning in the overworld, and it does look like encounters could be similar to Legends Arceus, where like you encounter the Pokemon and it goes into battle mode, but without actually going into like a cutscene battle. I'm doing inverted commas with my fingers. The same as this kind of game. Like where you encounter and it fades to black and then you're in the battle scene, and then it fades to black and you're in the overworld. it looks like it's going to be more like Legends Arceus. But then, does that mean shiny hunting will be similar to Legends Arceus? And also, how is it going to work with multiplayer? Because, like, if you invite someone to your game, and, like, a shiny shows up and they catch it, they throw the Pokeball just before you throw your Pokeball, if it's the same as Legends Arceus, that's going to be funny if it's your friend. And if it's not your friend, but also if it is your friend, they might not be your friend after they catch the Pokemon that you threw a Pokeball at. I can imagine that being the case for some people. But no, it'll be interesting to see what it looks like. Hopefully good. Hopefully they looked at the feedback from Legends Arceus and were like, oh yes, people like this game. We should consider doing things similar to this game again. Yeah, so after this, I think I'm going to do a hunt in Legends Arceus. I think I'm going to do... So today in Pokemon Go was like kind of it was a Hisuian Discoveries raid day, so it was like just raiding the Hisuian Bravery, and it had a high chance of being a shiny. I did like 14 of them, and it was like a 1 in 10 that you would get a shiny. I did 14 and got no shiny. But that was but no, that was after. So I think that'll be the next one I do. That'll be the next one I do after I get shiny Dewpider. Like, yeah, it's I'm going to get shiny Dewpider first, and then I'm going to do it, because I'm going to have to catch 2, if not 3 Hisuian or Rufflets, so that I can evolve one into Hisuian Bravery and then transfer one to this game and turn it into regular Bravery, non-Hisuian Bravery. Will this be over today? Yeah, no, this stream, this hunt probably won't be finished today. if this hunt won't fin unless I get extremely lucky. I'm unlikely to finish this hunt today. The stream is probably, I don't know, I might say 550 when I get to Dewpider number 550 maybe. Actually, that's perfect, because I have 40 attacks left. So when I get to Dewpider number 550, I think I will end the stream, just because I've been tapping away at this slowly. I've not been like overexerting myself any day that I've been doing the shiny hunt, and that has kept it kind of fresh, you know, that I'm not like getting way too tired from streaming and stuff, and way too fed up from streaming. So yeah, I think when we get to Dewpider number 550, this stream will end. The hunt won't end, because whenever I stream again, that's when we'll be going back on with this specific hunt. Or, you know, could get lucky and get it. You get Ralts today. You'll name it whatever. I guess it'll depend if it's a male or a female Ralts, if it can turn into a Gallade or not in its future in its future years. I've got to be really, really tight on the counter now. Although, if I make a mistake, I can easily fix it, because I know I'm going to... Yeah, well, I think this is day 4 or day 5 of streaming for this. But again, I've been taking it fairly casual. Like, I've been only doing about 100 Pokemon, about 100 encounters per stream, you know, so over like an hour and a half, 2 hours every day. So I've not been doing like major shiny hunts. Just casual, which keeps it from getting soul crushing. If we get 1 or 2 more glowings, I'd be extra happy within this last 45 that we have to do. But yeah, I'm looking forward now. Next week. Next week is Dublin Comic Con. Now, I don't think Dublin Comic Con is officially affiliated with, you know, the big ones that happen in America, but I'm looking forward to it nonetheless. I'm planning on going and spending probably too much money in the merch in the merch area. That's definitely my plan. I mean, if there's any, I guess, if I haven't caught it by then, if there's any Dewpider related merch, I'll have to purchase it. I'm really hoping to find pins, Pokemon pins and stuff, because I have a bit of a Pokemon pin collection going from when I was doing, like last year. I bought a lot of Pokemon cards, and there's a lot of pin collections in the Pokemon cards. And then this year I actually came to my senses and stopped buying Pokemon cards, thankfully. Saved me a lot of money, figuring that out, that Pokemon cards were actually, like, crazily enough, not a good investment of my money, and probably weren't going to make money back. Even though, much like with shiny hunting, really I was just opening it up for that small little dopamine rush of, you know, a rare card, a shiny card. Which made the sets that had shiny Pokemon in them even worse. Because I was like, oh my goodness, a shiny card and it's a shiny Pokemon? Sign me and the rest of America up. Okay, we're on the final stretch for this evening anyway. 29 after this guy left. And then we'll do our one surprise trade just to end off the stream, just to see if we can, maybe we'll get lucky and get a shiny, a non-hacked shiny in particular is what I would like to see, although it wouldn't be too more. It's non-stop Dwebble. It's not. Oh no, I don't add. I don't want shiny. I don't want to include Dwebble. No, it's non-stop Dwebble is getting the glowing when I want it to be non-stop Dewpider. I would take a shiny Dwebble. If a shiny Dwebble wanted to show up, I'd be happy. It's not what I'm going for, but I'd be happy to get one because I don't have a shiny Dwebble or a shiny Crustle. Another glowing and another non-Dewpider glowing. Oi, oi, oi. Just can't catch a break with these glowing Pokemon. Being the ones that I don't want them to be. Obviously, I'll still encounter them, but... once again, Ninjask being the one that you don't strictly want to be a shiny if you're catching just a straight up shiny. It's not, thankfully. See if we can beat it with a single water pulse. I really hope so after using Swords Dance. Yep, perfect. Oh goodness. looking at. Oh, did I press the button? We'll see on the next one now, because I know by how many moves I have left. I think I did. I think I pressed it as soon as I encountered it. Press it here. Now we look at our moves. We should have 26 left. Yeah, okay, we did press it. Perfect. We're still on track. 25 left and we'll do our surprise trade. I'm interested, and like I have a second account, so I could always do it. I'd be interested in doing, you know, a surprise lock or a wonder lock. It's surprise trades in this, but like, you know, wonder locks I think is what they were originally called. I'd be interested in trying to do one of those for a bit of fun. I don't know if that's something that people actually care about seeing though, or if everyone just wants to see shiny hunts, because I can do either. But I've never done a full Nuzlocke run. And then I've obviously particularly never done a Wonderlock. But they seem fun. One of the main caveats though, I feel that you have to add to Wonderlocks, particularly now when there's so few people doing surprise trades, is you can't use hacked Pokemon. Because a lot of the things you get from like surprise trade now or wonder trading is just hacked Pokemon, which is, I mean, yay. Oh, yay! I got a level 100. What was the most recent level 100? I got level 100 Incineroar. Perfect. This is exactly what I need. And then it's just, you know, that would completely invalidate the point of doing a Wonderlock. You know, actually having a bit of difficulty building your team and stuff. Oh, good. A few Dewpiders in a row here. Sometimes I do like a full circuit without seeing a single one, which you'd wonder how that happens. This is right, yeah. Quick maths. He's able to add 529 and 22. Bam bam. Final. Oh, there was a weird... I feel like there was a weird graphical glitch there. A little bit of a... Ah, yeah, okay, no, it wasn't a graphical glitch. It just tried to change the scene at the exact same time that I used my attack. On to the final 20 now. $5 in the morning. Me too. Thanks for joining. Hope to see you again. Thank you for following. I do hope to see you again. And have a good day. No, I'm one behind. Oh. 17 left. Oh, we'll get here eventually. I don't think I increased the counter there, did I? Check on this lad. Yeah. This is accurate. Missed one. Oh, I feel like saying that. I feel like I don't know why saying I'm coming to the end really is taking the steam out of me being able to think of conversation. Yeah, I wonder at some point. So this is a rant I've gone on before. The library in Ireland, pretty good thing, right? But one of the weirdest but best things about it is you can take books out of the library. Like, as in you can, or, no, wait, of course you can take books. No. You can take books out of the library, but you can also take video games out of the library. You can, like, you can book a video game and take it out for 3 weeks at a time. It's like freaking, like Blockbuster all over again, but for free. And so I've played Pokemon Let's Go Eevee before, but the shiny hunting in that was also like quite easy. So I was thinking of possibly doing a shiny hunt in that at some point as well. Just as a bit of a break up in just to keep the games fluid, keep playing different games, doing different types of shiny hunting, different styles of shiny hunting. I think that just like that'll help keep me going as well. And you can probably you can nearly guarantee a shiny per stream if you're doing Pokemon Let's Go, which would also be interesting. And I do have a lot of the Kanto decks that I need to fill out, so I definitely would be thinking of getting trying to go get one of those games to do a bit of shiny hunting in that. Just for a short bit, but you could do like 2 or 3 streams in a row and probably get one shiny per stream, which is nice. And there. Oh, this might be one of the ones I was... Nope, there's one. Thought this might have been doing an entire lap of the field and only finding a single guy. Actually, one behind the ball game on the count as well, but this is why the moves work quite well. The final 10, it is in fact what, oh, I hit that twice, what some people might call the final countdown as far as Pokemon shiny hunting goes. I need to stop now, because if I do any more of that, I'll get copyright striked for having such a pitch perfect rendition of that part of the song. Oh, haven't seen a glowing Galette in a while. But we'll knock him out and move on with our lives. Sigilif, leave me alone. You're always there. I probably could knock out that Sigilif just to never have to worry about him again, because I think he's a static spawn. Right, 2 here. I'm actually gonna look at the Dewpider again now. I've just noticed, is are the Dewpider's animation in this game the same as the one that I have up in the top right hand corner? Yeah, it is actually. I can see it there. Not perfectly synced up, but it is the same animation. Okay. After we... Come on, give us a couple of glowies to end us off on a good note. Or just give us the shiny? Come on, it's only a 1 in 1200 chance. By now, surely. Halfway there. Okay. So this is number 5. Number 5, a non-shiny Dewpider. Number 4, another non-shiny Dewpider. Yeah, number 4, another non-shiny Dewpider. Dewpider. Box 4 done. Do you have a Pokemon with Flame Body as the top of your party? Maybe Raltigs just take a long time to hatch, but that seems, or maybe you haven't, actually no, you probably haven't been going for the whole stream. I was just thinking that's maybe sounds slow, but you might actually be probably on par. I've just I've just been running into Jupiter's the whole time, so it's felt like a very long time. Okay. 1 left. I'm actually going to catch it, and that's going to be what we use for our surprise trade to see what we get. Oh, you're literally just building up eggs at the moment. Like, you're not hatching them as you go. So, like, you could have a shiny in one of those eggs. Not to tempt you or anything. That's why I try to just do it as I'm going. Because I'm always like, oh, but like, what if there's a shiny? Now, I guess with Rolts, it's less of a concern. Because you need 3 anyway, or even 4, technically. Yeah, so that was number 550. We caught it instead of killing it. Because we're going to use it for our surprise trade. Okay. So, step 1 is, it actually, I'm pretty sure it needs to be in our box. Then go online. And we hit surprise trade. And then we'll run around in circles to see if we can find any glowing Dewpiders, because I will encounter any glowings that we come across while we're waiting for the surprise trade. So, surprise trade Dewpider. Yes. Okay, and then we cycle around. Have a look. Goodness, just seeing that trainer on his bike in the grass there, I was like, what kind of new Pokemon is that? They've really jumped it up, like the online implementation in this being that you see ghosts like that you can interact with but isn't the player. And then now in the next game it's gonna be like actually 4-player co-op. It's gonna be wild. I actually can't wait for that. That's gonna be so good. Just actually being able to play Pokemon with people. Again, not sure how they're going to deal with the shiny issue. Like the shiny, someone catching your shiny, but... Let's finish this lap. Then we'll do the trade. Okay, no glowing. So, let's look at our surprise trade before we go. Sending Dewpider to Bug Boy. Ah, that's perfect. He would want a bug. And he has given us a Baltoy. Well, I was hoping to at least get a bug off him. I don't think that's shiny. I think it just looks glowy because it's in like that very bright light. But yeah, that's the stream. We got to 550, so we did 130 Dewpiders today. Thank you very much for watching, everyone. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for keeping me company on this long old grind. It was actually a good time today. And yeah, I will actually probably be back tomorrow. I'm going to do another bit tomorrow because it's should be a good day for it. And yeah, I hope to see you again, anyone who's still here. Bye-bye.